Hello, everybody. This is Dr. Cox. I'm your GCU supervisor for this term, and welcome to the GCU initial site visit meeting. This meeting, we'll just be going over some of the things that I've sent out to you. I just want to make sure you have a good understanding of what's there, what's available, and the information that I sent you. If you still have questions after this is over, you can still give me a call or email me, and I try my best to answer your questions. Okay, you should have received this letter that you're looking at right here. This letter that you see, I sent out to everyone. It has my name on it and introduces myself. And of course, this is going to be a 16-week period of session that we're going to have. It's going to be a total of two 8-week periods, one complete 15-week period, either one or the other. You'll either have a 70-day completion in terms of your student teaching or a 75-day completion, depending on what program you're in. Okay. Of course, what I want you to do for me initially when you get an opportunity, because a lot of times when I'm trying to email students, especially when they're in the schools, my Hotmail address will bounce back because the school doesn't recognize it, and because it's unfamiliar with it, it'll kick it out because it doesn't want to pick up any viruses. So you may have to email me first if you haven't received anything from me. That's probably why. So just email me from the school, and I'll make sure that you get everything that you see in this package here that we're going to discuss today. I'll make sure you get copies of it all. And I'm also going to send a copy of this video to you because I'm recording this at this time. So now what you need to send to me is your name, an email address, a good email address other than the school. You're going to send me the school email address anyway, but send me a good email address. It could be GCU's email or a personal email address that you have that you can send me. That way I have more than one way to get in touch with you. You can also send me the cooperating teacher's name and the cooperating teacher's contact information as well. And of course, the first date that you're going to start at your location at the school. Once I have that, I have a pretty good idea what I need to do next. And of course, if you see at the bottom here, you have my email address, my home phone number, as well as my cell phone number. I keep my cell with me all the time. So if you call that number, 9 times out of 10, I'll answer it. Only reason why I would not answer it, I probably en route somewhere to another school or something. And if I'm between two 18 wheelers, I'm not going to answer that call. I'm going to wait till I'm on the side of the road or in a safe place, and I will return your call. Okay, I also sent out something that looks like this. This is going to be your virtual tentative site visit dates that I'm going to send out to you. Now, these are not in cement. These are just ones that I send out to you so you have an idea when we would be meeting in terms of the dates of your observation so you can go ahead and prepare for that date and complete your observation. Now, if a date on here doesn't match, it's not satisfactory in terms of if it's on a holiday or it's on one of those days that you have a teacher off day or something like that, you let me know and we can change this date at any time or any one of the dates at any time. But this is just something as a guide so you have some idea when your observation date is coming up. Also, what you should have received from me is a time log. Uh, and of course, if you don't have the time logs, I'll let you know you got the student center where you can go in and get one. If you don't have one in the emails that I sent you, let me know and I'll make sure I get one out to you. But here's what they're going to look like. Now you have two different time logs. Depending on what program you're in, you're either going to have a 2 8-week session. This is for the 2 8-week sessions here. Notice it comes out to 8, it has total 10 on here, but 9 and 10 is kind of shaded. So you're gonna keep this one for the first 8 weeks, and then once you complete this one, you're gonna sign it put the total number of days, and you and your cooperating teacher is gonna sign it and date it. Then once you sign it and date it, you're gonna make a copy of it so you can have a copy for yourself. Then you're gonna send me a copy, then I'll sign and date it. Again, you want to make sure the copy it, okay? And this will be the first part, week 2, because I'm gonna have to collect these in week 2 and in week 4. Now, if you're in a 15-week session, going from 1 through 15 rather than 2 8-week sections, this is the form that you'll use. And notice the 15-week form is 70 days, and the 16-week form is 30 to 35, 35 to 40 days. You know, you have 35 on one, 40 on the other, making a total of 75 days. Okay. This is also the same. You put the complete number of days on it, along with your signature and your name on it, and your cooperating teacher's signature and name on it, and date it. Because on this one, don't date the original because it's just everything all on one form. So what you want to do is copy the form and send me the copy of the form with the signatures and dates on it. That way you'll have the other copy. You can continue to use it until the end of the 15-week period. If you send me the original, you're not going to have anything to continue to keep your dates on, because once you get to week 4, you got to send the entire form to me. You can't have half the days on one form and half the days on another form. All the days have to be on one form. So what you're going to do, if you complete everything up to week 7.5 or 8, you're going to make a copy of it. Then you and the cooperating teacher are going to sign it and date it and send it to me. And then you have your original of it. Then when you get to week 4, you completed the rest of the way out, then you can actually sign and date the original form. But you're still gonna make a copy of it for yourself, so you'll have your own copy of the form. Always keep a copy for yourself. Now, the virtual process. This is a thing that we're gonna be doing this time because some of the schools we cannot come into because they still have some protocols that are up right now for a lot of the students. Because if you're in elementary school, you have this RSV, some of these viruses that are out there, and we try not to expose the kids to anything else if we can help it. Now, so what you want to do is follow these instructions as it relates to the forms and things that we're going to be using. Of course, we're going to take a look at these forms later. I got them here so you can see what they look like. But the cooperating teacher will be using the formative feedback worksheet to do observations for themselves of the student teacher. Then, of course, the student teacher will also have a self-evaluation form that he or she can use to evaluate themselves. And then once you got it evaluated, again, you might want to keep a copy for yourself and then send me a copy of the form. So I have something as a guide when I'm completing your observation for that particular date. Now, if you have questions, I don't want to miss this, because if you have questions, you can call me. My name and number is on the form. Marcia is on the form. And of course, if you have something that I don't deal with, you can also reach out to your clinical field experience specialist. You should have a copy of his or her name on some of the forms that you have before you started the student teaching. Because they're also sending things out to you. Of course, this is the student teacher self-evaluation form. This is what it looks like. Now, this is form evaluation 1. There are 4 evaluations that you're going to do. Evaluations 1 through 4. I just have one up here, so you know what it looks like. So when you see it, you'll know what it looks like. Okay. Also, we have the formative feedback form. This is the form that the cooperating teacher uses to evaluate the student teacher. And this is what it looks like. It'll have formative feedback worksheet on it, and this is what it'll look like. And there are also 4 of these, like it is of the self-evaluation form. Now, this is the disposition form scoring guide. What this is for, to just let you know when you get your scores back from me, where you should be, because it goes from 0 all the way up to 100. But now where you should be is at proficient. This is an observation and good standing. If you're at proficient, you're where you're supposed to be. The only time you're going to have distinguished is when you're really doing some things in the classroom, some real exciting things in the classroom. And this is what we call above and beyond the call of duty. There won't be many people that get anything like that. But if you're here, you're in good standing. Proficient, you're from 80 to 92. This is where most all of my students end up right here. And then when you're here, you're passing, you're in good shape successfully. And of course, this is the actual form that I'm going to be completing for you. I sent a copy of it to you so you'll know some of the things I'll be looking for in the classroom. This, again, it's just evaluation form 1. There are a total of 4 of them, but this is 1. And I sent you all 4 so you have a copy to look at as well. Notice it goes from no evidence all the way up to, again, to 100, 0 to 100. The virtual observation information. This is the information that I sent out to you so you'll know what you do when you're doing the virtual observation. There are 2 ways it can be done. You can use Zoom, Google, Hangout, FaceTime, and any other technology platform you might have available. But let me tell you this, for best results, use Zoom. Then when you use Zoom, it'll convert the file for you automatically through what's the platform name? I'll think of it in a minute. I can't think of it right now, but this one, Zoom, works there. And if you use this with the platform that I'm thinking about, but I'll tell you in a minute, it'll come to me. But also, you can use the recording. If you record the meeting ahead of time, this is the best way to do it. This is what most people are doing. They're using a video and they're recording it ahead of time, and then they send it to me by the date that the observation is due. That way, I can at my leisure, I can review your observation on the video, and then go ahead and complete your observation once I have the cooperating teachers' feedback and the self evaluations from the student teacher. Of course, these are some of the things when you're recording your video, you're doing your lesson. You want to also make sure you have a lesson plan for the video. That way, when I get it, I need to be able to see what you're teaching on, and I need a copy of that lesson plan. So make sure you do a lesson plan and email that to me along with the video. Also, each of the videos should be at least 30 to 45 minutes long, not less than 30 minutes. Not less than 30 minutes. If you go over 45, a little bit fine, but not less than 30 minutes. It needs to be a full lesson that I can see from you, 30 to 45 minutes in length. Also, if you need student permission slips, and most people do before they can record a video, you can go to the Student Success Center. That's the place where you can go and get all the little resources that you need in terms of timesheets, evaluation forms, and all that stuff you can find in the Student Success Center. And there's other resources to assist you with doing the video as well. So you want to make sure you go to the Student Success Center for that information. Now, there's also going to be a post-conference. Once you video the video and send it to me via email along with your lesson plans, you and your cooperating teacher can get to a phone and call me using that cell phone number that I gave to you. And at your leisure, whatever time, see, I'm not in a classroom, so I can take the call at any time. And you don't have to do it while class is ongoing. You can do it after school is over, the kids are going home, and you and the cooperating teacher sitting in the classroom. That'll be the perfect time to call. It'll be quiet. You can call me. We can talk about how things went on for the day and how things are going up to this point. And of course, at the bottom of the form, I have these things here. I have the feedback worksheet as well as the self-evaluation forms here. These forms if you click on it, this is a URL, and it'll take you to the form. Again, here's my email and my phone number, my cell phone number. Virtual site visit questions and answers. These are some of the things that most students ask and want to know about, and I have them here so I could just sort of go over them. It says in the first question, they normally ask, do you have a calendar of exactly what I should be doing in the classroom? Nope, I don't have that. This is something that you and the cooperating teacher will have. Whatever you all are teaching for that day, that week, this is what you can do the observation on, or the recording on, or the lesson on. Whatever you all are doing, it doesn't have to be anything special out of the way. Whatever you are teaching on, you can use that as a means of recording the lesson and getting that to me. What lessons will I teach, when, and also what exactly will be observed during the visit? Well, the things that I'm going to be observing is the classroom environment, the student-teacher's interaction with the students. The student-teacher should follow the lesson plan that you sent me so I can sort of follow it. The lesson should at least include the following: a review of the last lesson, an introduction to the current lesson, a body, any handouts, supplies, or anything that's included in the lesson, a conclusion to the lesson, classroom management, and transition. Those are all the things that I'm going to be looking at when I go over the video that you sent me. And of course, don't forget the conference call after the day is over. That's it. That's everything. Now, if you have any questions or anything that you need to know at a later date, again, you have my email address and you have my phone, my cell phone number. Feel free to call me at any time with any of your questions. I'll do my best to try to answer the questions that you have. If I can't answer it, I'll find somebody who can answer those questions for you. Okay. Again, welcome to GCU. And of course, this is the initial site visit meeting. This does not count as an observation. Of course, your observations, you're going to have 4 of those. And we're going to be doing those on the tentative dates that I sent out to you. And again, remember, you should send me an email letting me know if some of the dates don't work out for you. Because you know, if there's a conflict of the time or the day, let me know and we'll change it. Okay? That's it for me. Have a great rest of your day and a great week. And don't ever stop learning. I'll see you next time.